Welcome to the Patient Zero podcast, where the thoughts of one become the needs of many. Join us on this journey in which the universe is viewed through a different lens than you may have imagined. We are the one who feeds the many, or maybe we are just fucking confused. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Here we go.
Welcome to Patient Zero, the episode 30, day 111.
All right, I made 20 and 30.
Made 20 and 30, so fuck yeah. As you can hear, co-host is here. Fucking Josh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're ready to do this, ready to fucking get going. Hell yeah. Come on, take a drink. Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers. Although I'm drinking out of a cardboard container.
Fuck yeah, that's a good beer.
What are you drinking?
That was Elysium. It's fucking fantastic.
You brought your cooler in here?
Yeah, fuck yeah, always do. Tatty. It's a tatty porter. I don't know really what the fuck that means. These guys I listen to, Whiskey Hell.
Oh yeah, I follow them too.
They got me trying new beers and shit, so I tried this one I think last Sunday and it's pretty good. It's fucking dark. Yeah, check this out.
Oh.
It's good. I was gonna go today, but came home, we had all that other shit going on. Go find me some kind of weird fucking beer to drink. Because it's fun, it's exciting, it's an adventure.
I need to be more adventurous with the alcohols. I just don't drink very often.
Yeah, I try not too much, but
yeah.
You know, it's I like trying it. I think it's good. I like beer too. This I don't know what the fuck it is. It says it's made in England or some shit. I don't know. Whatever.
The bottle was.
It fucking tastes good. Yeah, the bottle was probably. That's true. So I was showing Josh. This is kind of a little weird short story that I tell last night. You know, we're getting ready for this birthday party. We're going to have them at the house and getting the ice chest from outside. And I go get it and I open it up and there's some spider webs in it because I keep them outside. I don't have room in here. And I get to look and I was, man, what the fuck is that? And it's just this web. It's probably, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 inches long and maybe a 1/2 inch wide. And there's a dark spot in it. So what happened is it started to freeze and the spider went in there and built a web around himself to keep himself fucking warm to live. I was like, fucking A, that's cool. And it wasn't a bullshit spider. Called bullshit spiders. Probably the ones I normally kill would be fiddlebacks and black widows.
Yeah.
Shit that'll hurt you.
Right.
But the rest of them, I mean, it just stings a little bit. It ain't that bad.
Right.
You know, I mean, they're creepy and they're scary looking and all that shit. But I was like, man, I can't. I'm not just going to dump them outside. I ain't going to squish them. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to see if I can keep them. I'll see if I can keep them alive. Because typically in the wintertime, you know, last winter I had I fed a big wolf spider out there that had built a web in my toolbox, you know? So I was like, man, I don't know what to do because these aren't spiders that build webs. They catch their fucking shit. And I'm going to go to PetSmart tomorrow and get some crickets so I can feed them and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. But anyways, I was, man, what the fuck? I'm not going to keep it in a jar. I'm not going to ain't going to do no bullshit like that. So I remembered that, so my daughter's 10-gallon aquarium tank that she kept. I don't know what she grew in there. Maybe
was it the
crabs or crickets or something?
Yeah.
Got that sandwich down and I sat on the floor first next to the heater so I could heat the glass up a little bit and warm it up and caught the spiders, put some gloves on, caught the spiders, put them in there, and I was going to see what happens. I mean, there's a little one. Oh, he's probably legs spread out. He's probably 2 inch, and there's a big one, legs spread out all the way. It's probably 2.5 or 3 inch, pretty decent sized jumping spider. The ones and they're so fucking sweet, dude. I see one outside, and they'll be hunting because they hunt. They don't spin webs.
Mm-hmm.
They can, but typically they just hunt their prey. So sit outside and watch them catch fucking flies. It's cool as shit. Because they jump so fast and they'll grab it. Anyways, I got them in this fish tank, and I'm gonna try to help them out. See if I can keep them alive. We'll see. There's the holes in the top are too big though. They could likely just squeeze their fucking way out if they wanted to. So I need to modify it a little bit before they get away.
You know what you should put in there is some like shrubbery or foliage or something.
Yeah, build them a little habitat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find something to put in there. I don't know what. I put a little bolt holder in there and where they can crawl up in and whatever. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to keep them alive. I'm gonna get them some crickets to eat. The Google says they like crickets, so we're gonna try that.
They're like dime a dozen too.
Yeah, that's what she used to feed her bearded dragon was crickets, and then she's fed them cockroaches. He like it, motherfuckers. He'd eat the fuck out of them. Oh, I brought my vape pen in there. Hell yeah. No, I think it's still in there from last time.
Whatever happened to the bearded dragon?
It died, and we buried it. Sad day. It was raining.
Oh.
So I remember everybody here was sad, and we dug a hole and buried it. He's back there in the backyard.
Oh, it was here?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, Peanut just kept him up in her room. I had a big tank. Yeah, I think she sold the tank. Anyways, yeah, that was pretty sweet.
You guys had that one forever, didn't you?
I think she's had him for, well, till he died, at least 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little longer. He kept getting this, I can't even remember what it was. Some kind of stomach thing that killed him.
What did you guys have at the house by the railroad track? I thought there was something in Aaliyah's room.
I had fish.
No, not Aaliyah's room. Alex's room.
Maybe she had a hermit crab.
No, it was some kind of lizard.
It might have been the same one.
That was a long time ago.
Fuck, maybe we had him longer than that. I don't know. I don't think I think we got him when we lived on
the second house.
The second house.
You guys had something. I remember it was some kind of lizard. I always thought it was kind of neat.
Oh, we had I know what it is. We had a tree frog.
Oh, I was wondering if there was something smaller than the bearded dragon.
Yeah, Peanut had tree frogs, and then my brother gave her the bearded dragon.
Okay.
My brother and sister-in-law did. Yeah, that was a fucking. Let me think about that. I lived here for 3 years almost.
Has it been almost 3 hours?
Maybe just 2.
Man.
Time runs together for me so fucking bad.
You know, it's like every year I'm getting older. Like, okay, it's winter now. I feel like this year just flew by.
Yeah, dude. It just gets faster and fucking faster.
Anybody, if there's somebody young listening on here, it's true.
Fucking enjoy it.
I'm in my 30s because you might see a long day, but I see a short year.
You blink your eyes and you've had another fucking birthday, dude. It just goes faster and faster. I mean, I've talked about that before, but I think the reason that it moves so fast, it moves so fast because we're stuck in a fucking loop. Basically, we're stuck in a loop doing the same thing over and over.
We've hit the fast forward on the remote.
For fucking years at a time. That's why it all seems to run together, because it's mostly the same, I think. And people that do, different shit and travel, not stuck in a loop at fucking work all day. You actually try to do something different while you're not working,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just fucking crazy.
I have a theory on that, though, because when you're in school, you're constantly doing something different. You're having to learn something different. You're having to do something different. Even though the routine is the same, everything is different.
You're talking like what age? What are you going for there? All of school?
All of school, yeah.
Okay, right on.
Because, I mean, when you're younger, though, you don't remember the earlier stuff, but as your brain develops, I guess maybe to answer your question, maybe as you get closer to the middle school and high school, then time really slows down right there because you're constantly having to do things different.
Well, that's right. That's right, because, and I think I have a theory on that. I talked about it on here a little bit on a solo episode, but the theory would be is because you're experiencing new things
Exactly. I concur.
all the time.
Mhm.
You're always learning something new, experiencing something new. So, hey, I'll give you a rabbit hole theory to that. So, when for me myself, when I was younger, I used to get deja vu a lot, feeling that I'd been to a place at
Yeah.
some point in time. Okay, my theory there is that the reason that you get deja vu is because you've actually already seen that yourself
Mm-hmm.
later down in the timeline. So the way that you constitute that you've already seen it forward in time is that perhaps this is way down the rabbit hole. Perhaps the electrical energy of your brain, the fields, the whatever, have access to, some sort of quantum state. And it can be explainable through physics, but they have access to it. But you don't have access to while you're awake. So while you're asleep, you're dreaming about what you just seen when you was little, and you're communicating it backwards to make yourself think that you'd already been there because you already had, because you're just closing a fucking time loop. And the reason that you don't get a lot of deja vu while you're older is because you're getting closer to the time that you quit being able to send messages backwards.
So getting closer to the end of lifetime.
Yeah, the blink out,
Yeah.
the dark, shut the lights off type shit. Yeah, I don't know where I was. Oh yeah, that's why I write. So I write it down because like lifetime timeline. So as you get older, as we was talking, it just seems like it just moves faster and fucking faster and fucking faster. And really, the timeline for a person, probably best high average is 80 years. Would be a pretty good guess, I think. That is nothing compared to everything else. If everything else has truly been on the timeline, or just a little blink, So then we got to find ways to break the loop and slow it down. It's kind of what my thought is, because the loop is, you just do this every day. You just do this every day. Find ways to break that loop so you can slow it down, because you only have fucking 80 years. 80 years is fucking nothing.
Right.
In the grand scheme of time, 80 years ain't shit, dude. It ain't nothing. It's not even a blink of a blink of a blink.
No.
Of the time scale.
No.
It's nowhere even close.
And then most of that time as you get older, you are more or less able to do things. You're
right.
Less conscious of certain things. Like when you're really young, like a kid, you're just aware of everything.
Right.
And where I'm at in my life, I'm like, I'm just kind of in the grind.
Sure. Yeah, and then you spend your whole life working your ass off to spend 6 to 15 years sitting in a fucking chair.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude,
Yeah.
I guess the point is you just got to find a way to break the cycle so you can slow it down for you and other people. Just give yourself specific memories, because the memory of what you do every day is just a fucking blur. That's why it seems to move so fast. But the memories that you remember, it's a snapshot of your fucking timeline.
Right.
And you're just, remembering that shit. But
Right.
The rest of it, the day to day, you remember facts, you remember how to do shit.
You only have a 50 meg hard drive of storage, so
Give or take, yeah.
some things have to get compressed, and sometimes you can recall them, and sometimes you don't know where that file went.
Sure, it fucking disappears. That ain't no shit.
But what's crazy is there was one time I did some kind of strain of something, and I was recalling memories I hadn't thought of in years. Like it unlocked the file, and it was the strangest thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Actual memories or
Yeah, like
made up shit?
Like some childhood memories, and I was like, oh my God, I remember that.
Do you remember? Let me ask you this. So, as you get older, it's harder to. It's still in there. But as you get older, it's harder to remember as a kid. So some of those memories I remember because when I was a little bit older, I seen a picture of that before time. I mean, meaning it's just too little to record any rememberable information other than you're actually learning a whole bunch in a few years as a infant up to a toddler, up to a, teenager, up to a young adult. I mean, there's no real, I don't even know where it's going.
So on your other on your other thought about the deja vu,
Yeah.
what if we're somehow connected to the multiple dimensions? Because I just watched a
Absolutely.
YouTube video on dimensions, and I learned a little bit more just to get ready for this show. And so that we all know that fourth dimension is duration or time. So what if, and I went into a rabbit hole of string theory, which I never
Sure.
understood what string theory was. I watched Big Bang Theory all the time, and they talked about it, but I never went to look it up for whatever reason.
You got to find the right person to explain it.
And I watched some YouTube video of some guy's TED Talk, and I was like really impressed. It was like 13-year-old video. I could have
Sure.
watched it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 9 years old. Anyways, and okay, so going back, what if somehow we're connected with the strings that allow us to get snippets of the fourth
Sure.
dimension over the time? So time is it's not fixed. It's not a fixed scale. So what if somehow there's a way that it feeds you information?
Fuck yeah.
And
Well
that's why
done,
you,
bro.
And that's why you get the memories.
Well done.
You're connected.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Did you hear? I skipped over that part. I skipped over that part while I was talking because I said it could be explained with a whole bunch of fucking physics, and then I just moved on. Fuck yeah, dude. You just closed that loop. That's sweet.
There we go.
That's exactly why you fucking can see it. Little strings. Whatever the fuck they are.
They are what make up the molecule or the electrons and protons and neutrons.
Not the electrons.
Oh no.
The protons and neutrons.
Oh, okay.
And the no, that's the smallest. So everything.
Like I thought it was just like the
Everything.
fundamentals of everything.
Yeah, so you break a human body down to muscle, right? Muscle, this, then you break it down even further to cells, and then you break it even further down to a nucleus, and then you break it even further down to DNA and RNA.
Yeah.
Eventually, it keeps getting small enough, protons, neutrons, quarks, and then some other shit. There's some other name shit in between there. And then you get down to the strings, and I still don't 100% understand them. But, I mean, when it's explained simply, it somehow that when you get down to the strings, the time and normal physics they break down. That's why Einstein's equation fits almost everything until you get all the way down to the scale of the very, very, very tiny, like strings, or to the size of the very, very large, like gravity. I'm talking about like black holes and shit, but Einstein pretty much explains everything in between the very far side of this side or the very bottom of this side. So they come up with this shit, quantum physics and string theory and fucking wormholes and all kinds of fucking crazy shit. How a particle right here in the room with us, maybe a fucking electron going through my damn brain between neurons, can communicate with an electron on the other side of the universe, or on the other, possibly at different points of time.
Right.
So, I mean, information is never destroyed, and it can travel instantaneously in between particles, some particles. So, I mean, why couldn't we communicate with that? I don't know why we couldn't. If you really thought hard enough, maybe you could. It's fucking crazy, dude. I don't get it that often now. I get the times that I do get it. It's because that I leave the store, leave the office, and I go out and I do work out there. Now that's pretty fucking cool, you know. I was going somewhere with that portals, shit like that, string theory. So I wrote this one down. So portals specifically, there are some rabbit holes on the internet that would lead you believe that we built a fucking machine to open portal. It's called CERN. It's in Europe. It's a 17 long mile tunnel.
I remember the first time they ran it, they're like, there is a 1 millionth chance of a possibility of creating a black hole.
No, it was really about 50-50.
Or, yeah.
Which it was flipping a coin. 50-50 shot, you fucking destroy everything. Because they didn't know. I mean, they thought that what they were doing was taking a proton and shooting it around a tunnel this way, and taking another proton and shooting around the tunnel in the opposite direction, where they were meeting back at a certain point and exactly aligned to collide with each other. So they hit each other and they break apart. And really, they're talking about seeing this particle, this, and breakthroughs and dark energy, maybe some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not like seeing it physically.
Mm-hmm.
All they're doing, because I've read up on this, all they're really doing is they know the mass of this proton, and they know the mass of this proton. You can't really weigh it. You can calculate it.
They don't make a mini scale.
And when they hit each other, they break it. It's a little tiny scale. I put my little proton on the scale, and I'm going to see how much it weighs.
You know, when I was reading about string theory, it was talking about CERN, and what they were doing is measuring the masses of the collision to see if they lost any strings.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And they're calculating what they think that they've lost.
What I read though, it said that it wasn't determined, or they still haven't been able to prove.
Yeah, they keep shutting this fucking thing off and doing upgrades and turning it back on. There's also a theory that they hit hard enough that potentially we changed universes, timelines. They jumped us off our timeline by fucking this thing that they turned on. That's a pretty good one to watch. It's on the old YouTubes and shit, you know?
And suddenly it was Bernstein instead of Bernstein.
Exactly.
That's when we found out.
That's exactly right. It switched and it switched everything for all of us at the same time. Maybe jumped entire universes instead of just, partial timelines and some of us changing a little bit. It's the whole universe changed. I mean, they say they found the God particle. They found God.
I skipped over reading about it. I was going to go back and read on it, but I was so invested in string.
And string theory, yeah. String theory is fucking sweet, dude. It's these little fucking vibrating strings.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, it looks like a...
But what's weird is that they move at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Or faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, they do, because that's why you can have instantaneous communication between two particles.
So it's weird.
Light years and light years of whatever that is called, distance. They got it. Hell yeah. CERN. Fucking CERN. They just found something else, man. I was just reading about it. They found something else. So they kicked that. So maybe I just thought of a good conspiracy theory. They're kicking that bitch back on about the same time that they've got the James Webb Telescope up in space and operational. I wonder if they're somehow connected and they're communicating with something. I didn't write none of this down. They're communicating with something outside the universe. They had to fly that satellite out there far enough where it wasn't getting influenced by the Earth's gravitational field. Other than, no, not gravitational field. That's not it. That's not why they put it out that far. Light. Get it away from light, so it could see really fucking far away. What if they got them connected? and they shut the CERN down. That's why they shut it down for like 6 years or some shit, rebuilding around the circle or something. Where the fuck the guys were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got this telescope that's out in way high Earth orbit. Actually, it's orbiting. Is it orbiting the sun?
L3? No, it's like Lagrange 3 or something. It's
I don't know.
It's a certain part. It's still within the Earth's gravitational field, but the path that it takes.
Right.
I'm sober enough to think about it right now.
I don't even know what it. Anyways, what if they got them connected, and they're like beaming shit outside the solar system? They're like, "Hey, come see us. Here we are." You fucking stupid fucks.
You know, they say radio waves it'll take hundreds of thousands of years to reach some kind of galaxy of what we're getting out because they move so slow. But
they move at the speed of light. So they've been traveling. Actually, know this. Okay, for 100, call it 200 years. For 200 years, we have been transmitting radio waves from this planet. Right?
I don't think it moves at the speed of light, does it?
Absolutely. All waves of light move at the speed of light. That's a way. It's just a wave of light. Same thing. It's radio wave. It's in the spectrum. Anyways, it moves out at the speed of light. So it's 200 within 200 light years of Earth, 100 to 200. However, whenever we came up with a strong enough signal to make it go out.
Some reason is in the 50s.
I think it was before that, bro. I think the 20s. I think the first one to go out is a fucking broadcast by Hitler.
But so if for some reason, so if we're almost, we'll just say 100 light years, maybe someone is all over. Why aren't we hearing other signals?
Because, dude, it's only been traveling for 100 years. Yeah. 100 light years ain't fucking shit, bro.
No, but we got star systems next to us that are a couple of light years away, and if
there ain't nobody going around there. Maybe they come up with a different way to communicate, and we don't know how to see that. And they quit communicating that way 1,000 fucking years ago, or 10,000, or 100,000, or a million fucking years ago.
What I was gonna say is, so if the radio waves are moving at the speed of light, what if we're somehow releasing something else that we don't know yet?
Like
that moves, even though that would just be a relativity, but
there's a problem with that physics thing. Yeah. It had to be traveling a different way. I'm not saying it's not possible because, I mean, these fucking whack job motherfuckers or really smart people that know how to do math say that, this particle over here can communicate with something on the other side of the fucking universe. I mean, how is that not? That's a form of communication. We only know how to communicate at light speed, and we say light speed is the speed limit. Well, it's not when it comes down to that shit. Not when it can instantaneously communicate with something over here.
What if we are okay? So we can't do the speed of light, but what if somehow we're communicating through the other dimension that somebody else can pick up?
That's right. And there's no way to know. There's no way to know. Maybe what we see up in the sky as far as UFOs is us from the future. Maybe it is beings from, our own universe and our own timeline and our own physical space. And maybe it's something from another dimension, which is...
So, can you tell me why they took me on their spaceship and probed my ass? If that's from the future, are they into some weird shit?
Buddy, that was... We were at the club at Bricktown, bro.
Whoa, I don't want to know. I don't want to
I wasn't there. That wasn't I'm sorry the bad man told you it was a spaceship, but that's not where they took you.
They told me to jump into the dumpster, and they said it was going to blast off, so it felt like it.
Wee. Oh, that's funny. So you think we all can do it? You think we all can do that? You think we all, maybe we can, and maybe nobody realizes it.
That's a complicated thing because if time is linear, well then
time is relative to the observer.
If time is linear, then we go back, we would really damage the current path.
Maybe.
But if it is somehow weirdly multidimensional or whatnot, and you go back in time, you could change something that would affect the other timeline. You'd be on a new timeline.
The instant you changed it.
Huh?
You would be on a new timeline
Right.
the instant you changed
But then
your timeline.
but
But
the-
the other one keeps going.
the other one would still keep going, but this new one, just like something I watched, and it was just
There's
something
no
that-
way. There's no way for
I don't
you to know. I don't think that you would realize that you're
Yeah.
changing anything. I mean,
Well,
it's-
right. You go back in time
and you come and you jump back and you do this and you jump back forward. Did that happen? So you're jumping through time. So you have to move through
events.
something. The fence, the Templar, fucking something. I mean,
Okay.
you're moving
Okay.
through time, bro.
I gotta ask you
Yeah.
before we get too far gone here. Well, we're gonna talk about the purge because I gotta know.
I gotta talk about this first.
I don't know where we can keep going with it.
What do you mean? Well, we're gonna explain the fucking grandfather paradox.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
No, hell no. You go back in time
Yeah.
and you kill your grandfather,
Right.
and then you jump back forward in time.
Or do you do the
How would you exist?
Back to the Future thing? You start fading, like not an incident.
Yeah.
You just you for
Yeah.
dramatic effect. You have to start.
Effect.
You got
I
to start
think it-
fading.
I think if it was gonna happen, it would be instant,
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
100% instant. So does that mean that it ever happened?
See, if time is linear, this is where I was getting stuck with my
Uh-huh.
video watching. If people have gone back in time and changed some, now I'm losing good points.
You're fucking the rest of the timeline. Or if time actually is linear and it doesn't, there is no branches and it is in the same straight fucking line. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if I had a really good point.
If that's the case, then it's impossible. Not impossible, but close to impossible, because it would have already been changed, and by now, the way we are, we'd have fucked that deal up and we just wiped everything out.
Okay, so what if we went back in past and somebody has changed something, and that's why these little things pop up, like what we thought we remembered, but it really changed.
So that really they changed something probably really fucking small.
Like they bumped somebody that got them off course.
Yeah, dude.
And so now instead of Bernstein, it's Bernstein or
Yeah, Mandela
Mandela effect.
the Mandela effect, all that shit. I mean,
But I wonder if you could relate that to time travel, and that's why these weird things are popping up, because maybe we can communicate with the other dimension somehow, and we kind of remember, because I'm gonna throw everything together. Somehow the strings communicate, so we have these weird memories, but really somebody went in the time traveled.
what if you traveled back in time to your old self through your dreams and you communicated with your old self when you were younger? You could change your own timeline. Still not sure.
The sports almanac and hand it to yourself.
No, man,
So
I don't
you
know.
can-
I don't know what I'd do. If I told myself, if I went back in time and I told myself to do something different, the timeline may or may not be right here where it is now. So at the point that I made the decision to go back in time, the whole thing could be fucking different, or it can't happen.
Right.
So I wonder if anybody has ever changed their own timeline, because that would be probably the way to do it, is try to find a electrical signal and travel it back in time. How easier to match something like that up besides, my brain now, my brain 20 years ago. It's still my brain, and it still emits a certain electrical frequency, and I think they're all probably a little bit different, and that's what creates consciousness. That's what creates quote unquote souls, things like that, because it's the way that it's fucking, damn it, it's the way that it was vibrating.
That stuff went down smooth earlier.
Where is my fucking producer?
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I think we need to be on track, and she's not here. She had other job opportunities. I'm kind of sad.
Fucking producer is not here.
Okay, so tell me about The Purge.
About The Purge. Okay, so we were actually, it was my idea. I think I brought it up probably. We're driving in the car and we're going to take Peanut to her birthday dinner. That's where we was going.
Where'd you go to eat?
Mexican food.
Okay, cool.
So I brought this up and I said, okay, you know, they were talking about something, zombie apocalypse. I brought up, say, we just purge, and it started out as a conversation of, you know, just like the whole world's purging and it's just free for all anarchy. You know, my question to everybody was, and it's, I think it's a unique question. You just got to pick one person. You got one person that you would kill. I never really answered it. I mean, I did by the time we got to the restaurant. Everybody had a name in the vehicle, and I didn't necessarily have a name. I mean, whatever. But I thought it was a unique question. It's a purge, and you have to. You don't get a choice of not picking somebody.
Sure.
You got to pick at least one person, and that's it. So I just thought it was interesting to talk about. I mean, I think it would be, if it all went down, dude, I mean, half of us would probably be gone in the first fucking 24 to 48 hours if it was a lengthy purge.
Probably.
I mean, people would just, well, maybe. It might last for a week or 2 weeks.
Well, no, because the purge is once a year.
Total shutdown before like a purge would happen. That's where I was going, you know? Like we run out of diesel. And
no, because this was just an event.
Like we run out. Oh, we're
to reduce.
I'm talking about actual reality, and the purge starts happening. I mean,
well, because
picking
that's just anarchy.
Just picking one, that's a different scenario. Would you pick somebody? You got somebody you'd pick?
I'm looking at him. No, no. I've played out the theory or the different scenarios if we had to run due to a zombie apocalypse,
yeah,
or some kind of like purge or something. We're all coming here.
Alien attack.
We're coming here. I know you got the hookup. I do not.
You just rock and roll on that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But a name?
I wouldn't say it. I mean, if you do say it, what I've been doing is I thought it was pretty cool. It's clever. I missed some in the last one, but like somebody says my name or see you talking, I just go there and select it, and I flip it and it runs in reverse. It sounds pretty sweet. I can't. That episode won't be out till, I don't think, this Monday, maybe the next Monday, whatever. But I mean, I'm just sitting there fucking with shit. I was like, man, I don't really like that. I don't really want to delete it. I just select it and reverse it. I just want to see if I shouldn't have told you. I shouldn't have told you.
But now everybody's gonna know.
Oh well, that's a good thing. It's not live. I could delete this out.
You know what I'm thinking though? Is okay. So I'm on 20 and I'm on 30. I need to be on like every 10. That should just be the tradition going forward.
Every 10.
Yeah. At least every 10.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that because if I didn't like work till 15 hours a fucking day, I would, and that's when I was recording more solos, but I'd record in here every fucking day for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. I like doing it. Just a little short thing.
Yeah.
Pick something and just give that thing on that topic and then shut it off. Problem is I keep talking or fucking, whatever. I start threatening people or what. I mean, I don't know.
Who are you threatening?
Just random people. That's all hidden audio. It's obviously not on the episodes or doing like, seances to conjure up shadows. I like shadows, That's why I like spiders.
Well, let's take caller number 1.
Bloop. Here, hold on. We could try it. You want to call caller number 1?
All right.
Right on.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. Hear it? Can't hear it?
What?
Hey.
What?
We're doing a fucking show, producer. We're doing a fucking show.
What up?
I'm busy. I'll be there later.
What? We don't have much time left. We're talking about the purge, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. We've been talking to this rock, and it says purge happens.
How long are y'all gonna do that?
Huh? Don't be talking to me like that, producer.
No, how long are you gonna be on for?
You're about to lose your benefits.
But no, I'm not.
Cutting off your insurance. Producer, we're in here having a good time. We miss you. You're a good producer. That's it. That's why we
I'll
called
see
you.
you guys in a minute.
That's why we
I'll
called
see you in a
you.
little bit.
60, 59.
No, in a little bit. I didn't mean a minute.
You said a
That's
minute.
what you said, producer. You're the one that keeps us on track. We only been in here for like fucking 51 minutes, and we're just all over the goddamn place.
We just started.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Well, that was our producer.
Yeah. Apparently she's busy, and she can't come in here and fucking produce. That's why we're not live. You can't do live shit without a producer.
No.
I mean, it just ain't worth the fuck. It sucks because I forget to click it, and then you just see us wandering around in here like fucking dipshits. And
You know
man,
what?
I don't like none of that.
It's like good help is hard to find nowadays.
That's
you know,
right.
everybody's so worried about pay.
Yeah,
So,
I
just,
It's like, what the fuck, you know?
well, I need to be able to afford life. I'm like, you know what? It's just sorry, we got a show to produce. I'm like, this.
We got fucking.
Freaking Gen Alpha or Gen Z or whatever.
This motherfucker this is fucking patient zero. The patient zero. One day that's gonna fucking mean something, and our producer's gonna be fucking sad that wasn't here producing.
Exactly.
I'm serious. She's fucking suspended.
Until she walks in here, then she can be rehired.
That's right. I mean, it's okay. It's okay for us.
But no, she's suspended right now.
It's okay. It's okay for us to talk shit while she's not here.
Yeah,
Well, when
yeah,
she's
yeah,
in
yeah.
here, oh no.
Yeah. Zip up.
Thank you, producer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Did you pick somebody?
Huh?
Did you pick somebody?
Shit. I didn't know we were still on that.
I didn't either. I didn't even know.
You
I
said
didn't
don't tell, and then it was in reverse, and then we moved on to producers. God, I don't know.
It was in reverse.
You said the name was set in reverse, so it was masked.
Yeah, we should say, okay, here, this would be funny. I think it's about time to take a smoke break because I like cigarettes. I'm trying to quit them, but I'm also trying to enjoy the ones before I quit them. We should say this, and I'll reverse this. And if you've ever haven't watched the videos, then just listen to episode 30 and you'll hear this. So I'm going to say a phrase and then you're going to say it too. You just say it nice and clear, just like I said it. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Right on. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Feel like I'm gonna get chopped and screwed here.
Oh, yeah. We're back.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. We made it back. We still, sadly, don't have a producer.
I'm really sad.
So I don't know what.
She said in a minute and then in a few.
I don't know what we're going to do about that because, I mean, we need a fucking producer, dude.
I know. Sometimes you're a lot to keep on track.
Yeah. It ain't that bad.
Okay, let's talk about politics.
Do you want to? You start, bro.
All
You
right.
start.
So what really grinds my gears
Yeah.
is how divided we've become. Like, I hate that there's only two extremes. It's almost a gang mentality that you have to be either far right or far left.
Yeah.
I like to identify as in the center. I know, and if you had to unalive me with a gun to my head and say pick one, I would lean left. But I like some ideas on the other side.
Sure.
And what I dislike is that for some people that have that mentality or that peer pressure that say they only have to pick one side, they won't see the other side or the benefit or halfway bargain with, okay, so welfare. I don't know. I'm kind of out of it, so I'm just going to pick something. So I think the right says no, but the left says, well, we got to help people. But where I could be in the middle is, well, what about meeting in halfway or something?
Sure.
So that's kind of how I always say everything, but I just hate that when you talk nowadays, statistically, we've just all become one-sided, and you can't see the other way. Otherwise, you're giving in.
How many people do you know that are really like that? Do you know a lot of people like that? They can't, have a reasonable fucking conversation about something?
I don't talk a lot with about politics with people, but you go to on any comment section, and the opinions are just very worded one-sided.
Sure.
Nobody will see halfway on any subject.
Yeah, but in person they do.
Huh?
Typically, in person, people do.
Well, it depends on the situation. If you find somebody that is very confrontational and will believe one side.
I only know a few people like that. I know a lot of people.
Huh.
You can have I can argue both sides of a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Easily.
See, but I could classify you as somebody centered, but maybe you're the exception, just like me.
Yeah, dude.
Because I've seen a graph chart where it shows that, like in the 40s or something, everybody was kind of scattered around. Like, people were more willing to change sides. But I think it was Newt Gingrich, what I had read before, that
smart dude.
He really separated the sides, and that's what really pushed both sides to start separating, because people started saying, if you believe the other side, well, you're definitely, there's an issue with you or something.
I think that the media created that divide, and then everybody ran with it, and then, or the people that were in charge highlighted that more, or it came out because media is more and more prevalent these days because it's instant media.
And that's true too, because people can have similar think tanks and they will merge with those different communities, and as you start seeing more stuff that the same side believes,
right,
you might start agreeing with it. Man, that stuff earlier is really hitting all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a good point, but I forgot.
Dude, have you been keeping up with current politics and current politicians?
I'd like to think I have.
I want to see the video. I think it should be named Two Dudes, One Hammer.
What?
I'm talking about and this is highly political, but I think it's funny, so I got to say it. I'm talking about Pelosi's husband, how he got caught.
How did he get caught? I thought he got attacked.
Yeah. You should watch the other sides of what that might be. Basically, he had his boyfriend over. Somehow they got in an argument, and somehow the other dude hit him with a fucking hammer. They were both down in the foyer of the house in their underwear. One of them was holding a hammer.
Oh, no.
And when the cops opened the door, Pelosi didn't run towards them to try to get away. He backed up towards the other person. And then that person went fucking whack job and hit him with a fucking hammer. But that dude lived in a rainbow bus in San Francisco. They won't release none of the security footage and none of the body cam footage. I bet it's fucked up.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
I bet it's fucked up shit.
That stuff is hitting hard. Okay.
And the mainstream media ran a story and then the story got deleted from the internet.
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
It is true.
No. How do you delete something from the internet? That's not possible.
It is possible, man. But there's still saved copies.
Photoshopped copies?
No, man. They just scrub it. You don't think that there's a computer fucking powerful enough to scrub the internet with all the fucking accepts we hit when we're accepting shit?
No.
I accept your terms and policy. I accept your terms and policy. I accept your terms and policy. They got full fucking access, bro.
No, because there's people like you and me that might go and save copies of web pages.
Maybe. But it's still connected to my computer that's connected to the fucking internet.
Mm-hmm.
You just type in a few keywords and it fucking looks for everything that you just asked it to do. And it does it. That's how you scrub the internet.
It's checking a database. It's doing a Control F on the database.
Yeah. Look at that shit. Look, there's a ghost in here that keeps popping a fucking screen up over there. I ain't touching nothing, bro. That screen that's up on that TV with the fucking Loch Ness Monster, that shit happened without me touching nothing. And it was like this. Here, I'll move. Watch. The mouse will fucking move. I ain't touching it.
It's called a Trojan horse, and you might need to scan your system. Why is it moving?
Dude, I'm telling you, this just started happening.
At least the ghost.
That's right.
Because if it was from any other time, I know how to use a mouse. Like, I don't know, 60 plus years old, don't know how to use a mouse.
That's a great fucking point, dude. That's a great fucking point.
You know, I worked in tech support, for 4 or 5 years of my job where I currently work, and I talk to a lot of old people, and
sure.
Yeah, they don't know how to use simple things like a mouse and all that. So this person must have died recently because like at least 2000 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe late 90s if they were a computer nerd.
Sure.
Doogie Howser motherfucker.
Yeah, mid 90s. Mid 90s is when it started happening. It just fucking moves, bro.
I feel like I'm looking at it, you're moving it, and I look at you, and you're like, I'm not doing anything, sir. I know you're not moving.
Here, bro, I'll sit back here.
Look, if it starts pulling up Windows Paint and starts drawing a picture, then I'll believe the spirit theory, all right? But it just, maybe your house is shifted and needs some piers or something.
It's not physically moving.
I mean, apparently it is. It's moving just slightly over. Maybe you're slightly angled. Your table is not level. Uh-huh. Let's go get your level and level it real quick.
It's level.
I mean, your mouse is moving, though.
It's moving the other way.
Maybe your house is shifted and you don't know it. Maybe 2 years ago it was level.
Maybe I was dreaming about this next week.
Maybe.
And that's what's fucking happening.
Maybe this is deja vu.
That's what I'm just telling you. See, it's moving the other way now.
No, it's not.
I ain't fucking touching that son of a bitch. Yeah, it's moving the other way. I'm not doing this, dude. Maybe I am next week. I've been trying to figure out what's causing it, dude, because I'll just sit here.
No. How do you turn it off? I'm going to go blank.
Dude, sit it back down. What are you doing?
I was trying to turn it off. Okay, so if you're confused, I was picking up the mouse trying to find the off switch. Because the mouse is just freaking out on his screen. And either he has some kind of hacker from some other country.
Africa, probably. No, maybe Russia.
China. So he has some kind of hacker happening right now. And I was trying to solve his computer problem, troubleshoot it.
It does quit.
They're on to us.
They can't. We're not streaming nothing. That light screen on that camera, though. Somebody's fucking watching us, dude.
Somebody is watching it. You're
Yeah.
recording this.
No, I ain't.
Then why is the green light on?
I don't fucking know. The mouse did it.
Oh, I just want a copy of this. So if there's a hacker out there, just send me the copy of the video.
It's
Okay.
not even on.
Okay, I'm gonna be the producer. Let's move this on.
Okay.
So we just got done with politics. So what's current news topics that you would like to talk about?
I don't know. That's why there's a fucking question mark on that sentence.
Well, we were talking about Elon Musk outside and how that I would be a new follower if that Twitter.
You don't follow Elon Musk?
No,
Why?
because I kind of think he's a joke right now. But if he can turn Twitter into profitable and he doesn't file bankruptcy, I will be a new fan. But if he turns Twitter upside down and goes into bankruptcy to save his own finances, then I don't really have a trust with him.
Why is he gonna do that, bro?
Because he bought Twitter. Well, he joked about Twitter. He signed some documents and he was forced into buying it because he had already agreed to it. So then once he got into Twitter, he was trying to make it profitable while firing 50% of the workforce. Once he fired everybody, he asked them to come back because he couldn't run it with his people. So once he got everybody in, he's still having trouble keeping it in the green because he tried to charge the $8 for the thing, but it backfired because everybody wanted to make a joke about how they want to be Elon Musk or some other company, and all these advertisers are pulling out of Twitter right now.
Where are you getting that information, man?
It's
The
public knowledge.
advertisers are still there.
No, they're pulling out.
I see them all the time, bro.
Yeah, but you're not getting all the advertisers that are paying money. Of course, there's going to be somebody there because somebody will. If they were paying top dollar before and they're like, nah, I'm not going to pay that because Twitter I don't think is worth it, someone else will come in and pay a little bit less.
Maybe.
Right?
I think he's just trying to fix it, man.
Hopefully.
That's what he said he was going to do. I think he's trying to fix it.
I was really kind of a fan because of the whole SpaceX and thinking that he was going to do the Mars thing. So I'm not trying to say that he couldn't fix it, but he kind of just bought something overpriced, and I don't know if he's really going to make something good out of it.
Why not? It's one of the largest platforms in the world.
Right.
People were going to stick with it if he charged $8.
I don't think so, because people weren't having to pay for it before.
I think that there are lots of people that pay for it already.
Sure, the million and billionaires that are just like, whatever, charge me $8. But
I think it was a smear deal back towards him for fucking rolling in there and shit canning people.
as a smear deal,
Oh yeah, set up, dude. Whole thing was set up.
how he would have had to sign a contract to buy Twitter.
I know.
So that's not a smear deal.
Nothing. No, I'm not. Well, that was the simplest way that I could explain it.
Okay, explain it complexly. I'm all ears.
Yeah. What was I explaining?
How it was a smear deal.
For Elon
Uh-huh.
and Twitter and $8? I don't know, dude. I don't know what I was gonna say about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, is that right?
We need a
Are
producer.
you fucking like Dan Brokaw or something?
I don't know.
Pulling out the facts.
Fuck yeah. He was a good reporter back in the day.
Is that his
I
name?
just know when he would come on, it was like serious news.
Maybe. Might have been fake then too.
Could have been.
I think it's probably been fake for a long time. Would be my guess.
I think it could be described in a way that's newsworthy.
Nothing really fucking changes though,
I mean,
other than what we think the views of the people that are at the top have. But nothing really fucking changes.
sure.
I haven't noticed any. I mean, well, yes, I have. I mean, I notice lots of people lose their jobs and get them back, and lose their jobs and get them back. I've seen that. But past that, It's the same. That's what we was talking about, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't know any current news topics. I really don't.
We have debatable history as a topic up on the screen.
We talked a little bit about that.
What's debatable?
I
for
don't
you?
know. For me, everything is debatable because I didn't see it. If I didn't see it, it's debatable.
Sure, because history is only written by the winner of a war.
That's right, dude.
So
Well said.
So
How the fuck do we know? So how do we know?
well, the losers are dead.
That's
so-
right.
So we have to just trust the winners
Uh-huh.
and maybe some diaries of some people that participated in the winning war or the losing war.
Yeah, the rest of them, they got rid of that losing war shit. It gets, set on fire, whatever. You delete that. That's how you win.
Delete that.
That's how you win long term.
You just burn the library.
That's
like
right.
In the past, delete.
There's
is
so
such
much knowledge that we got no idea about has gone up into flames.
There was the great library that we lost so much information.
In Alexandria,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always wonder what could have been in there.
there's no telling, bro. How they built the pyramids was probably in there.
It could have been like a message for the future, like don't repeat
Yeah.
our history.
Yeah.
Maybe they had contact with aliens because they invented some kind of communication, but
Through the pyramids.
yeah, and they had to get wiped out because
Not
they
like-
knew too much.
Yeah, I don't think that happened like 5,000 years ago, like they teach. I think that happened like 20,000 years ago or some shit, like a long time ago.
20,000 years ago.
Yeah,
But
30,
you
whatever.
would be able to carbon date everything.
They do.
Yeah, but when they carbon date it, they say 5,000 years ago or whatever.
That's the last dating of people living there, but that's not the dating of them fucking rocks that
Well,
made that thing.
That's what they're testing is the rock.
No, that's not what they're testing. The rock is still a rock that was made millions of fucking years ago. But you can only calculate it backwards based on how it was carved and how it had been weathered.
Yeah.
The rock's still a fucking rock. They test the fucking shit that the people had around it. Shit that decomposes. Rock don't really do that.
Yeah.
It just turns to sand and back to rock, typically.
Yeah.
So, and I think there's a new Rogan we'll talk about it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm so fucking excited to listen to it. Graham Hancock and
Your shirt is trippy.
Carlson. Yeah. What? It's just Rick, man.
I know, but if I'm staring at it,
I love this shirt, bro. Social distancing. I've seen this episode 8 times,
yeah.
give or take. He's just going to take a shit. That's what he's going to do. It's a fantastic fucking shirt.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. That's all it's on the list. We need another list. We had a fucking producer. This would be really easy. I'd say, hey, type this up there. Hurry.
Tell us something new to talk about.
Right.
Okay, listen. I have half a brain. You have half a brain right now.
Sure.
Maybe we can figure something out.
You're gonna have to talk faster.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Okay.
We can talk about The Purge again. I thought that was a pretty good one. Not picking one, just The Purge happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'd be fucking insane.
I just can't imagine. Like, why would you participate in it and not just go somewhere? But how would you trust anywhere you could go?
I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna stand by as long as I can.
But how do you, like, we live in a capitalist society, right? So everything's going to cost money after the purge. So if somebody broke your windows and busted your door, like, you could be out like $10,000.
Yeah.
And that could be like a yearly thing. It could be even more if they like screwed with your AC unit, like they threw marbles or whatever would get gumming up.
Marbles would fuck it up. That's pretty good.
So
You gotta be rich to protect yourself.
I mean, even if you're not rich, you're gonna have to be rich after the fact because you're gonna screw with your stuff.
That's right.
And I mean, you go to your neighbor's house and cut some wires just to screw with their stuff, like you like or not karate shop.
Yeah.
You take a machete to their like lines and shit, and then you cut off like 5 foot of their say cable line or whatever.
Sure.
They're gonna have to call their cable company, and the cable company is gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna rerun this for $100."
That's right.
So you're just like out so much money every year with this purge, but it's like, is it even worth it just to clear out the poor people?
Do you think that's what would happen?
Yes, it would be the poor people.
Really?
Yes, because this whole show's about.
Well, that is right. You're right. That is what the show's about. The rich people sit inside their castle
Yeah.
and they let the purge pass, and then I don't think I could look at somebody the same way the day after they showed up this motherfucker. They weren't successful. And the day's over. We gotta go back to our normal life. Yeah.
What's crazy is that, there's no rules. So let's say I came here, number and powers or whatever,
Yeah.
and we all came up here. How could you trust me? How could I trust you? Because
It'd be a fucking choice that you'd have to make, man.
it's a choice you have to make.
No, I trust you. I'm fucking telling you.
What the fuck? Like you're some like assassin over here, and I'm like not.
No, there was nothing like that said. Where are you getting all that shit?
I trust you, but
Well, I do. I'm just saying, that's up to you to trust me.
oh yeah, that's why I would come here.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
He's talking that shit, and we just the same thing, regardless.
Right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How long does that say over there? 1, 3, 4? Yeah, it does. 2, 3, 4? 1, 3, 4.
Still have 2 minutes until midnight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of us had a nap and
Oh, I'm still tired. I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah, I'm sleepy.
I'm just jealous because I could have had a nap.
I'm really surprised I fell asleep,
Yeah.
but I really did.
There was a lot of noise happening and you still slept through it all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like half sleep.
No, you were deep sleep. You're snoring.
I had actual, and been a while, wake up dreams this week. What day is it? Saturday, Wednesday night. Them motherfuckers was insane. It wasn't 4 a.m. though. I mean, I was asleep at 10 probably,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wide the fuck awake at midnight. It happened quick, and there was something that was trying to fucking get me. I like haunted houses. I like that shit, But there was something in that dream that had I could feel it. I could smell it, touch it, taste it. It was going to get me, There was nothing I was going to do. All I could do is run. Gather my family and run.
Yeah.
And some bitch, you just keep coming out and just keep getting you. Like the ghost in fucking Pac-Man, I mean, you're just fucked. And just make this really high-pitched sound, this really, really bright light. And that motherfucker gets me every time. I just keep waking up.
When does that happen?
I'm just wide awake. I was sleeping. Anyways, I went to go visit my dad. I was staying at his house. And so I stayed the night there. It's an hour and 20 minutes away. Hung out with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that bed was just, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but whatever. That's where I was asleep. One of the brightest lights I've seen in a long time. And that motherfucker was trying to get me. And it did. I'd wake up. but not really. And it happened again. Finally, when I finally woke up, because I shut all, it was just completely black. My phones hadn't died. They'd shut the screens off. No lights in that room. It was fucking black as shit. I wasn't really sure if it was real or not real. Blinked my eyes, it seemed some blue circles out of this eye over here somewhere. It's just my brain, but then I woke up. Fucking checked some shit out. And I lay back down and went to sleep. Whatever. If it's gonna get you, it's gonna get you.
Yeah, like every now and then. Okay, so like I told you before, I don't believe in paranormal and all that, but in my dreams, a reoccurring dream that I always have is a paranormal one.
Sure.
Playing that one.
What's happening in the dream?
I don't know. It always scares me. That's the only scary dream that I always have is a paranormal one.
Like paranormal how? It's a voice. It's an object.
It's an object.
Okay. It moves or it's stationary.
I think there's some kind of like takes over somehow.
The object?
Yeah.
Something takes the object over?
It takes over.
So like it's this glass sitting here?
No, it's like a person or a sheet or a ghost, spirit.
A figure.
Yeah. And it like possesses.
So but it does it move?
Yeah.
In your dream? So it chases you?
I guess so.
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a dream. But every now and then I'll wake up and that's my nightmare.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I have dreams like that. I'm typically laying in bed and it's sitting there watching me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And I wake up. Sometimes it happens again and I wake up again. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's the same. But yeah, that whatever the fuck that thing was. I don't know if I defeated it, absorbed it, it's still there. It's just hiding, like underneath that closet door, just waiting to get me. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's okay. I mean, if it was in there, I'll go in there and sit in there with it. Hell yeah, fuck you.
Right. Maybe we'll learn something that no one else knows.
I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm going to keep protesting about it. Fuck you 6D motherfuckers. I'm tired of y'all's shit.
What really tripped me out is just the dimensions get smaller somehow.
Somehow. Yeah.
And so it's like, I always thought it would just get bigger on a bigger scale. Like Men in Black, they were like their marbles in the marble bag or whatever.
Well, it probably does.
But then when I was researching, is that where the dimensions get smaller. So
as well, both ways.
So I'm like, we're really not in the marble bag. We would actually be in some kind of microscopic.
Sure. That's right. Very, very tiny. Very, very nothing. Like if there's one right there on the table, it's like, oh, whoops, I just squished the whole thing with my finger. Maybe we're living inside something like that.
Yeah. If you touched it, technically, it would have just went around your atoms and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to squish it like a bug.
You know what they say? We never really touch another object.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you really never squished it.
You know what's moving it? If your atoms never really touch this glass, if there are no atoms from my hand physically touching the atoms of this glass right here, how is that possible? I know how. It's from the electromagnetism in the atoms, and it's really just an electromagnetic field.
It's because the atoms
they're not really touching. Because that feels like those atoms are touching to me. That's really fucking cool.
I don't know now.
That's really fucking cool because no, that's the only way it could be. Or your hand would just go through the cup. And so would the beer, and so would your whole body would just fall apart. Because when you get down to the atomic level, there ain't no fucking hand there. Those are just atoms of shit. So it has to be electromagnetism that is allowing the matter to interact with itself to hold its glass up.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I just solved the theory right there. Fucking Amy. Hell yeah.
You solved something alright.
Hey,
Uh,
we gotta do something.
what are we doing?
Can you hear it? Tell me you're with AT&T.
Hello.
Hello, I'm with AT&T, and I've noticed that you are over the bandwidth limit.
Bro, what?
I'm sorry. I'm new on the job. I'm doing training.
Josh, are you okay?
I'm sorry, who is Josh? I've noticed that you are over the speed. You guys have AT&T. Who do you have?
Josh,
I'm sorry, my name is Raul.
your name is what?
Raul.
What?
Raul.
Raul.
See.
What are you guys doing?
Trying to figure out who your service provider is so I can represent that company.
My dad.
Hello, this is Tapu. I am Raul
Hey, Dad.
Supervisor. I'm sorry you're having a bad experience.
Bro,
Very, very sorry.
what?
We wish we had a fucking producer, that's what.
All right, I don't know what else to say. Probably would if I had a producer to fucking tell us what to say.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable silence. I don't know why the mouse don't just find news for us. Fucker. Gonna move the fucking mouse, bring us up some news stories to talk about this bullshit. Just scrolling Twitter.
Weird stuff that's on your Twitter.
Yeah, I know. It is weird, huh? Okay. I don't know what else to talk about, dude. I'm about ready to go eat some more pizza and go to bed. All right. I think that since our fucking producer quit, we can't keep topics. We come up with 6 of our own fucking topics, but we need a producer to get us more topics. So,
Yeah.
I think we're going to cut out of this bitch for tonight. Thank you for listening. We got a Patient Zero Twitter. We got Patient Zero Insta. And we got, that's it. Besides Pickle Rick hanging out on the table. And he stays here. So we got him. So I just want to say good night to all the folks out there listening. And we'll fucking see you next time, I think.
Yeah.